What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Barber's Eye channel, and I appreciate you guys for joining me today. So, what we gonna talk about? What we gonna talk about, man? It's been a minute. It's been a crazy long run, especially since COVID time. COVID time. I'm glad it's over. It was a crazy time, a weird time. I don't even want to talk about the time, but the reason why I'm bringing that up because there was a point when I was in the beginning of 2020. The first month and a half was great, solid, you guys. Yeah, was I kind of tripping about a COVID situation going on? Yeah, of course. I think everybody was. But I finally had time to relax, in a sense, to relax with my family, chill. To catch up on stuff. It was weird. It was almost like feeling like almost semi-retired, but with a really uncertainty about the world. It was kind of a weird time. But I did enjoy my time. But there was a point during that time, I was working out at home. I was lifting about 70 pounds over my head, stretched my neck out, and sprained my neck. Didn't find out for about a week, but in between that week, I was having all these weird symptoms, okay? And in this time that I was going through this, my appetite went down. I couldn't breathe right. I was having vertigo. All these crazy symptoms that I didn't even think about having a sprained neck. And that could have been somewhat of the neck because it was by the C1 and C2 by the brainstem. But before I describe about what I was going through, I'm going to make it kind of shorter and quicker. My emotions were just going up and down because I was afraid. And I was scared because I didn't know what hit me. I didn't know I sprained my neck until a week later. So I went home and exercised. And then I jumped roped and my neck froze up. And then that's how I went to the chiropractor and to the hospital. And then they confirmed that I did sprain my neck. And within that time, though, that I was going through that, my whole point of bringing this up is we all got anxiety, right? We all deal with anxiety and stuff like that. But my anxiety hit double time because of that. Because my mind didn't know what was wrong, so it got afraid and got scared in scarcity mode, flight, fight, or freeze mode, and mine was like a flight mode, and I was frozen in that time of being scared, if that makes sense. And at that time that I'm over there freaking out, I didn't know what was wrong with me. My brain started thinking the worst. Cancer. You start seeing all this stuff on the news about COVID, long COVID. It was just wild, man. So I freaked myself out. I'm dealing with me unknown now, anxiety, but I don't know it's anxiety yet. I'm just tripping. A couple months go by after that time frame. Everything's just off. My whole feelings and emotions are off. And mind you, we can't go nowhere. We're stuck at home. We're stuck in isolation. It's not like I can go anywhere and talk to people. I'm not at the shop no more because, we're staying home. And it was just a crazy period where I didn't understand what was happening. So my brain kept going in a loop of being afraid. So meantime, while that's happening, my mind starts getting nervous. And then to make it worse, I was at the gym during the COVID time. About 2021, everything opened back up. I pulled something in my chest here. I knew it was bad because when I was yanking hard on this machine, I could feel it. I told my coach I'm gonna take a week off. Next week, I give myself a panic attack, right? I'm already in that anxiety mode. My body's already tripping. And then I pull a muscle, and then a week after that, I get my first ever in my life a panic attack. If you guys ever feel a panic attack, it feels like you're gonna die on the spot. It feels like you're having a heart attack, dude. Like, that stuff ain't no joke, man. And that freaked me out. And I'm going to the hospital, I'm going to the doctor, I'm getting all these checkups, you know what I mean? Because I don't know what's going on. And they checked my whole body. Everything's fine, you know, this and that. And then 2021 in April, I get into a car accident on the freeway, minding my own business. This dude was drinking and driving or whatever he had going on. Slammed into him, couldn't stop, going 65, maybe 70 something miles per hour on the freeway, 9 o'clock at night. Matter of fact, 9 o'clock on the dot. Slammed into him, broke my nose. I had to get surgery, broke my nose here. They had to do all kinds of stuff on there. I don't know what they did. I'm glad they did it though. Thank God for doctors, you know what I mean, surgeons. And then my mind was just all in that time, my mind was stuck on this afraid loop, this emergency loop. And if you guys went through anxiety, went through anything like that, you understand, like, it's hard to get out of. And I'm doing way 100% better now. You know, if you're dealing with anxiety, there's ways to get out of it. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, something like that, but I just know what I've learned, and I understand now. And what I've been through made me stronger mentally and physically, made me stronger going through everything I went through. And I'm actually, it's funny to say, I'm actually thank God I went through that stuff, because now I can look back and just understand. Was it a lot of stress on me, on my body? Did I spend a lot of money on going to the doctor and doing other things to try to help what I didn't know what was wrong? Absolutely. Spent a lot of money on that stuff, man. Thousands of dollars I spent on trying to find an answer why I was feeling, my eyesight was even kind of off a little bit. I was kind of lightweight, like a woozy type of feeling, kind of blurry. All anxiety, you guys. If you guys ever dealt with that and you don't know, and I went to the doctor multiple times, eye doctor. My eyesight's good, you know what I mean? Everything comes out good, but then internally, I know it's not that good, you know? But that's because of the anxiety. So I'm going through this. This is a crazy time. Like, even when I got into that car accident during COVID time, we had to wear masks, but I had a black, you know, if you guys ever broke your nose before, you know you get black eyes, like black eyes. Can't hide it. I kept going to the gym because I didn't want to stop. My adrenaline was rushing so bad that I didn't want to stop doing what I was doing. I didn't want to stop moving, because I know if I stop, I'll break everything. So I just kept pushing. I kept going to the gym. Even my coach was telling me, "Am I all right?" Because I was at the gym, but with a broken nose, and a mask on. But I don't know, man. You know, graces of God, I was on it, man. Even though I was going through so much trauma, I was on my path. I kept pushing, and I kept going, but I'm still having these issues. I'm still having these symptoms of anxiety. Still not understanding what it was. I started to figure out what it was about a year ago now. So it took about 4 years to figure this out. In my own mind, though, I was dealing with my own personal battles. Didn't tell no one. Even when I was going to the gym, I would go to the gym and I'd feel antsy, what they call it, where I was feeling like I was tired, but I had energy, you know. I was going to the gym. I was nervous about having a panic attack, so I keep my keys in my pocket just in case I need to bum rush out of there. It's hard to talk about that stuff with people because you never know how people feel. I mean, you never know if they understand, you know what I mean? Or you don't know if people's going through the same thing, or if they could understand what you're going through, you know. And I'm not the type of person that wants to put personal things on other people that I go through. It's just me. But yeah, man, it was a wild time. And I went through that for 4 years. And when I started to educate myself and found a person online that what he was going through sounded like what I was going through, it really helped me, okay? It helped me out 100%, 110%. And it's a trip, because I used to be a counselor at a treatment center. I used to deal with being around kids and people who had anxiety, who had panic attacks, who had all just, you know, whatever, all that stuff under the sun, what medical conditions and what they were going through. But it never happened to me. and then all of a sudden it happens to me. But I also say that was from God putting me through something that I need to understand. Now, through that time, I think with anybody, my faith got stronger with God, my thoughts got stronger with God, my prayers got stronger with God. Everything just, and I do believe this. I do believe God was been pushing me for a very long time. The Holy Spirit's been pushing me a very long time to find God, and it woke me up. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm still working on myself, still working on things that I personally got to work on. But that's beside here and there. But the reason why I was bringing this up is because a lot of you guys that I know personally, or on my channel, or we all go through some things, and just know that you're not alone. And other people go through crazy stuff too, man. You just have to be around the right people. I'd say I'm a sponge, and I'm also thankful. Okay, I live that every day, and I want people to know that, because when I got into that car accident and I'm laying there in the hospital, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm not even in the room. I have a bandage over my nose now because I'm in the hospital now, not a towel. And I'm thinking to myself as I lay there on this bed in the middle of the hallway, because the hospital was so full at the time because it was COVID. If I would have died today, if I would have passed away, one, what would I left for my family? Two, at my funeral, if people even could have gone because it was COVID, which is crazy, right? What would people say about me? Would I be leaving good things for people? Would I be leaving good people thoughts for good people to feel about me? And I'm not trying to make this about me or a selfish thing, but it made me realize, like, what am I doing to help people now? What am I doing now to give more in the world, to push out more in the world, so I can help people in this world? You know what I mean? That's what it made me think about. Not about what do I have. Like I said, I like nice things. I like cars. I like, if I made the money one day and I could buy me a $300,000 car, I probably would if I had the money. I think you should enjoy your life, enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? But do I really care about those things as much as I did? Not really. Not absolutely, halfway not. Doesn't matter. So I'm just saying, when you're going through things and you're an entrepreneur, or even if you work for yourself or you work for a company or business, whatever, you're going through things, man, find the people that you could mingle with, that either went through certain things. And I talk about my stuff with some of them, even my clients. I got a client that went through the same thing, in a sense. He didn't know what it was. Me and him were talking, and we started just, he understood after a long period of time trying to figure it out. But that wouldn't help them if we didn't have that conversation. So, it's just one of those things where talk to people, be open. Don't close your mind. Don't close your ability to share your life with people, because if you're gone, ain't no one gonna know what you've been through. Now, I'm not saying, mind you, I'm not saying cry to everybody and let people know your problems and bring people in your problems. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, find people that you can relate to, be able to open up and get their advice, take information, be a sponge, and see what they've been through, and it could possibly help you, like it helped me. Because it was rough, man. If I could say, going back to, I'm glad 2020 is over. I'm glad that time period's over. And mind you, I did some fun stuff during that time. I went on cruise ships, vacations, was hanging out, doing a lot of good things. And, but on top of that, fighting this internal battle of safety. Because that's what, at the end of the day, my mind, your mind's battling, your brain's out of the safety zone. So when you gotta get yourself, your regulation system, nervous system, back at ease, and that takes time and practice and work. And so, yeah, going through all that, man, it was just a wild time. And I wanted to start this video out just to explain what I was going through. And there's a lot of things that I learned throughout that time I could talk about in different times, but I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to let you guys know what I went through and what, at that time period, what I was going through. But now I'm here where I'm at, 2026. Still going to the gym. Still cutting hair, which I love to do. Opened 2 other businesses. Great time with family and friends. Building nice relationships. Having a good time. Living my life. Thankful. Listen to God every single day. Tune in. I'm working on reading the Bible. That's my goal every day. At least something every night. Something. But that's one of my struggles of getting on social media and looking at things that really don't matter. Prank videos. But that's it for today, guys. I just want to start this. This is going to be a 4-week thing. Each week I'm going to drop my experience off, what I've been through, what I'm at, and the purpose. And the purpose is to help you understand if you're going through something like that, what it feels like, what it looks like. If you have any questions, hit me up on IG, The Eye of Your Barber on Instagram, and YouTube, The Barber's Eye on YouTube. And yeah, so we could talk about it if you have any questions. If not, all good. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my story. What a wild time, man. What a wild time. One last thing before I go. I just want to talk about it. I went to the doctor so many times, you guys. Got checkups after checkups. Your mind thinks something's wrong with your body because your nervous system is out of whack. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in layman terms, out of whack. You're dysregulated. That's what it is. That's what it is. But it feels so off. You're thinking the worst of the worst. And I kept going to the hospital, the doctor, the chiropractor, acupuncture, massage therapist, just to find relief and an answer. But I've been through all that, knowing that what I know now, and everything's calming down. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you guys on the next video. It's going to be progression about some of the things I experienced. I don't want to give you guys everything on this video. It's a long story. So I'll do it in 3 weeks periods. Every week for the next 4 weeks, I'll be posting a video. All right, you guys, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.